How's it going, everyone? So what we're doing today is checking out the all-new GameCube controller, which is quite amazing because this is actually the official GameCube style controller, not a dedicated controller with a third party dedicated for like Smash Bros or something like that. This is actually a fully redesigned, well, not fully, but fully internally engineered controller of the pre-existing GameCube controller. As this is the indigo color, which is the signature color of the purple GameCube design, indigo. And I have my jet black controller, and we're gonna go ahead and do a comparison and also tell you if it's worth picking this controller up and if it's also worth subscribing to the extension pack from Nintendo, which is a $50 yearly subscription. But to be honest, the packaging is very mediocre. Simple, plain, but they did indeed throw in like a USB-A to a USB-C cable, as you can see right here. So I guess they have that going on for it. But the craftsmanship, the artwork, as you previously witnessed, looked really great. And a clear piece of plastic that goes over it just gives you a general understanding how cheap the material is. Even the cardboard is like made out of thin paper. So gotta be really careful if you want to preserve this. But here's the GameCube controller. And here it is against the jet black, my original GameCube controller from back in the day. And feel texture wise, of course mine is really worn out over the hours of playing, so some of this stuff is like super glossy, but this feels very close to each other in terms of quality. Even the little C joystick movement is very similar to the original. The pad, it's kind of worn out on this one, but this one feels pretty similar. Honestly, you have a really nice, genuine GameCube controller, but get this. Where previously we had to use this controller if we wanted a wireless experience, which took AA batteries. Luckily for me, mine hasn't corroded, but this is how the wireless controller used to look like back in the day, and this is how it looks like now, 25 years later about. It charges via USB-C, which is quite nice, and it continues to have the Z button. And over here, to make up for the lack of Z button, there's this flush down one that you can still use in video games. And then your controller wireless status on which player controller you are. LED lights located right above here. You have home C for the chat button working properly with the new Nintendo. And you even have your screenshot button right here as well, which will basically capture a screenshot. And then of course this is your ZL button for the other side, since this originally only has it on one side. And I gotta say, they feel the same. Especially the triggers. I'm very impressed. Even comparing against this one, feels very similar, although this one's kind of more worn out. So build quality, I gotta say, I'm very impressed. But the only con to this, in order to obtain this $65 controller, which do sell out quickly, you need to be subscribed to the Nintendo extension pack, which gives you access to retro style. Then with this membership, you have access to the Nintendo Online. By proceeding through this app, we will have a classic Nintendo category right here, which will allow us to play emulators of some of the old school iconic ones. So right now I have the Nintendo GameCube one installed. Now, as the time I make this video, we originally started off with only Legend of Zelda, F-Zero, as well as Soul Calibur, but now we actually have more, and soon Nintendo does say they're gonna import more emulators available for the Switch 2. This will include Mario Super Sunshine and so many more classics. And then for the N64 category, which rumor has that they are going to release. And then over here, if we go to the N64 category, which you could also purchase the N64 wireless controller for the Switch 2, you have access to more iconic classics, and everything is saved on your hardware primarily. It does require you to have an internet connection. So let's go ahead and talk about this controller, shall we? So if we get out of here, you see, to bring back the nostalgia even more, if you actually are signed up to the Nintendo extension pack, if you take your GameCube controller and you select the game, and then just select your profile, and then just hold the joystick to whatever direction you have it, the iconic GameCube boot up will actually start. That's freaking awesome, very nostalgic. Now, right now there's only 3 games. Again, we have to download the other game later. I'll do that after this video possibly. But if we select something like The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, I'm actually very much enjoying this game, especially when you're playing this on the big screen. If we select our profile, Again, this controller feels very similar as if I was using this. Just again, this is worn out because my hours of playing this. It's so bad that the C joystick right here is very faded versus this one, which pretty soon that'll probably be very similar. But let's say, for example, I'm going over here, right? This is pretty OP, but so you know, if I throw this bomb, it'll blow up. Okay, let's say if I got hit by that, it's game over. I have to start all over, right? By hitting the Z button up here, I could literally create a custom save slot that's different than the one from the game. And I could just do this, launch the bomb, actually hurt myself. Boom, I'm down a heart, or I'm impact, my health is down. I could go back, load suspended point, and literally load it, and boom, in just 2 seconds, we're back where we last left off. That's pretty OP. I really do like that. These type of games were enjoyable when life was hard, but I guess if you're in a hurry, this could be a game saver, especially as an adult. I don't have time to like spend hours playing video games anymore. I'm sure majority of us can understand. And if you want to, if we exit out of this game, back to the game selection, in the settings tab, you can include the CRT filter, as well as include both European or Northern America version games. So now we have Northern America as well as European sides. And it looks like some of these games can be played online as well. Not sure exactly how that's going to work. We don't really have multiplayer games yet, or maybe I'll experiment with it later. First impressions, very impressed. I love it. And as you see, they're going to continue adding more Nintendo GameCube games. And as you saw earlier, the N64 side of things, there's a lot of emulators. So I'm pretty sure the GameCube side will have more as time progresses. And I'm definitely planning on picking up the N64 style controller when it becomes available, when it's no longer sold out. But again, as time making this video, you do need to be subscribed to the Nintendo extension pack to have access to these controllers. It's only one per account, so you can't buy more and stack up, unfortunately. But if you need more controllers, but you can utilize the Smash Bros adapter, as this will strictly just plug into the dock station of your Nintendo Switch 2. And then you could simply just plug in your controller and add additional players this way as well. It's just unfortunate if you have like the old school Game Boy with that little Game Boy adapter hooked up to your GameCube, and you're trying to do multiplayer like in a Wind Waker you could with the Game Boy Advance, you are unable to do that. Massive con, massive missed opportunity right there, I gotta say. But now you know. So, based off all that, was it worth it? Yes, I do see myself playing hours and hours of some of the old school GameCube games as well as some N64 games, especially utilizing this controller. Definitely it feels amazing, the build quality is on point, and the fact it's wireless with a rechargeable internal battery, USB-C, and it does feature rumble feedback. The little rumble motors located in the same spot as the original. It definitely is a nice nostalgic feel, and yes, you could utilize this playing modern day Switch games as well, like the latest Mario Kart that's available for the Switch 2. It works perfectly fine. Just the only button that's missing from this controller is the minus button, which I believe this press start and pause button basically simulates the plus and negative button that you typically will find on your Switch controllers. So that's the only two buttons that's like somewhat missing from this controller. So compatibility wise, it doesn't seem like this controller is limited in any single way, as I'm able to play all these like new games on the Switch 2 just fine. And again, I like the fact this controller is fully wireless. But there you guys have it. Let me know in the comment section, what do you personally think about this? And if you found this video informative and useful, greatly appreciate it if you could actually leave the video a like. Those truly help out a lot. And I'll be sure to include all the accessories you saw in today's video in the video description down below for you as well. Now, if you wish to watch more, check out this video over there, as that is a video that YouTube is recommending specifically for you. Thank you so much for watching.